to be able to just make a choice on your own and just be able to speak for yourself.
This One's Wife. Downgraded. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Status is important to narcissists. Whether it's a particular job title, a position in an organization, being captain of a team, a rank within certain armed forces, or a noble title. Status matters to the narcissist because, first of all, it reaffirms in the mind of the narcissist they're an important person. To be given prestige through a rank, title, or position reinforces that point. Furthermore, it becomes a device by which the narcissist can utilize that title for the purposes of seeking the prime aims. By virtue of holding a particular position in a hierarchy, this aids the assertion of control, because there is an implicit understanding that people will take orders from this individual, listen to this individual, do what this individual states, because they hold a higher position. Whether it's a manager in an organization, a CEO position within a particular industry, holding the rank of major within the armed forces, whatever it might be, it enables the narcissist to assert control more readily. Furthermore, people may well react with deference, respect, and appreciation because of this title, thus providing fuel. It may also allow access to residual benefits. For instance, there may be certain monetary benefits that come with the position, or it allows access to certain areas that other people might not be able to achieve. At its simplest, for instance, access to the executive washroom, or that people only of a certain rank are allowed beyond a certain point because of security concerns. Thus, a narcissist gaining a title, status, or a rank becomes immensely important to them. This also fits in with the concept of recognition of their importance and status, and it follows, therefore, that whilst the provision of this status or rank is hugely important to the narcissist, it's also a significant problem to the narcissist if they lose it. Demotion, being stripped of a position, being dismissed from a particular role which holds status, are all problematic for the narcissist. Look at how it impacted upon Prince Andrew when he lost his various roles, patronages and titles. See parts pass him in relation to him. Well, it's now happened to this one's wife. As Rebecca English reports for Mail Online, Harry and this one's wife are downgraded on the official Buckingham Palace website. Despite acrimoniously stepping down as senior working royals in January 2020, full profiles of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex separately had remained up alongside those of the rest of the royal family until now. Naturally, notwithstanding this incongruous situation, which is you're no longer senior working royals, therefore you shouldn't have such prominence, this one's wife would expect it to be maintained because she sees no problem with such an incongruous position, which is invariably the default position of the narcissist. As in her world, she believes herself to be important, and her sense of entitlement drives her to maintain that she should be given this prominence. The pictures and biographies briefly vanished completely. Within half an hour, they were replaced with a significantly smaller, joint biography at the very bottom of the page, below the Duke of York. Two problems there. First of all, the large individual profile has gone. That is a blow to status. And then you're placed below the Duke of York. Therefore, you're being placed beneath someone who has had allegations made against him of being some kind of sex offender, who has become something of a pariah. That certainly sends a signal to this one's wife. Remember, this one's wife is a legend in her own mind. She believes that she is an all-conquering feminist hero who is here and placed upon this earth as a living saint, that is here to tell you all how you should live your lives, to give guidance through her empathic understanding of human beings. She is so caught up in her own importance. We saw, for instance, see parts passim, the bio that was provided for the South by Southwest event. Other members of the panel didn't provide a bio because their names spoke for themselves, but this one's wife, full of her own self-importance, needed an extensive bio, which was lazily cut and pasted from Sussex.com, but it demonstrated the way that she always has to blow her own trumpet. Accordingly, given the reliance that she has upon that, the removal of a 4,000-word profile from the royal family's site is problematic for her and amounts to a threat to control. It wounds her. In what will doubtless be another humiliating relegation, Prince Andrew's biography now begins with the announcement of his withdrawal from public life over the Epstein scandal and Queen Elizabeth's decisions to strip him of his military affiliations and royal patronages. Despite growing public anger at the Sussexes' continued inclusion, Buckingham Palace has always sidestepped questions about why their details remained online, despite the couple quitting royal duties 4 years ago and launching repeated attacks on the royal family in print and television interviews. It has been suggested that the Palace Press Office was slowly updating the website following the death of Queen Elizabeth and would get round to it in time. Harry's original profile described him as fifth in line to the throne and the younger son of the King and Diana, Princess of Wales. His 2,700-word biography included details of his early life, education and army career and was peppered with glossy pictures. It also included details of his work setting up the Invictus Games, children with HIV/AIDS and sporting initiatives, as well as African conservation, and as his joint work on the Mental Health Heads Together initiative with the Prince and Princess of Wales. This one's wife's separate profile was slightly shorter, around 1,300 words, and included her education and career as an actress, as well as the charitable engagements she undertook during her brief time as a member of the royal family. Interestingly, there was no mention of her parents, including her own family, including estranged father Thomas Markle. In what many will now view as a marked downgrading of their status, the couple now only share a joint biography, showing a picture of them arm in arm on a beach in South Africa, with a combined word count of just 577 words. They are the only married members of the royal family now not to have their own individual profiles. Harry's includes just a few words about his birth and upbringing, as well as his career in the armed forces and work with Invictus Games. This one's wife merely says she was an actress and ran a website, as well as briefly including her patronages as a working royal and her official titles. Thus, they have been downgraded. And this is problematic for this one's wife, notwithstanding the fact that it is accurate and the truth. The fact is that her sense of entitlement would cause her to demand that she should still, ought to be, included in detail and prominently. She does not accept that it is appropriate for her to have a shortened profile and to be moved down so that she sits beneath Prince Andrew. Undoubtedly, the king will have ordered this, and this is an assertion of control by him indirectly over both Harry and this one's wife. It might be a response to the creation of American Riviera Orchard, which is either breaching the terms of the Sandringham Agreement or certainly sailing very close to doing so. And the king, subconsciously regarding that as a threat to control, has responded in kind. Ultimately, this is a problem for this one's wife, because it amounts to a loss of status, and as I explained at the beginning of this video, status is hugely important to the narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.